Good morning. Good morning. I'm just going to show y'all how to make your own forms. But what I'm doing for you is going to make it where it's not as complicated. So this form that I have right here, I will be sharing with you all. So all you have to do, like it says, phone. All you will have to do is shared with your clients, and then you'll get all the submissions and everything. It will not come back to me. You will actually have to make your own JotForm um, account. That way you can receive all of your information for your clients. This way it can eliminate you having to ask 50 million questions over and over again, as well as not having all the forms that you need in order to submit their tax return. A lot of times we have tax preparers that, even though they should know, um, are not fully aware of what they need in order to file tax. And it's sad but true. So I'm gonna show y'all a little bit. Well, I'm gonna show y'all the form, and then I'm gonna show you a little bit what I've done on the back end to make it a little bit easier for me. Technically, this is not the form that I am using this year. I'm using Cognito this year. But I'm showing you jot form because you can have up to 100 submissions for free. And you also get the notification through an app on your phone. Cognito does not have that. So I want to try to show y'all things that make it a little bit easier for you all, so you are a little bit more aware of what's going on with your business as it grows, as you go through the tax season. So I did phone view because I want y'all to see how it looks when it's on your phone, as well as how it looks when it comes to your clients. Um, as you can see, asking if they're new or existing, because I made it where you can use this form for the next couple of years. Now, what I am going to walk y'all through when we get closer to the next tax season, I'm going to show y'all how to add 2024, because next year will be in 2025 and we're going to be filing 2024. Um, but these are the only years I put up here right now, because technically these are the only ones that you can file. Well, 2020 you have to mail in, but right now these three right here are the only ones that you can still e-file. Everything else prior to that has to be done inside the system. Then you have to print the whole form, and then you have to mail off copy to the IRS, and then you have to mail the copy out to their state in order for them to file for both. Of course, you have your filing statuses, and then I broke it down to where they can see what they're going to need prior. But like everybody, once you see a whole lot at one time, you're overwhelmed. So I did the little links so they can't see everything at once. But this is our basic information that we do add. Of course, our household document, if they're going to be they're going to be head of household, as well as their IDs. Um, if they are full time or they're blind, can they be claimed as a dependent, as well as are they permanently disabled? This is a question about their ID PIN. And then we also have the same duplicate information except for the head of household, but for our spouses as well. And then we come down to our dependents. So I made a graph for our dependents. Of course, they're going to move it over a little bit, but I give them up to 6 dependents. They get the name, they get the social, the birthday, and their relationship to the child. Well, the child's relationship to them. And then we also still have them upload their birth certificates and their social security numbers. And then we want to know if they had expenses with childcare, as well as does the dependent have tuition expenses. And then our lovely healthcare. We ask them about the healthcare between them and the dependents, and we got to figure out, like, hey, it could be any of these that can trigger that 1095A. And then I put a little note here, and then I let them know is it either a yes or a no, and then I need you to upload it. And then here go our income question. Look right here. If they get any of these forms, they should know that they have to upload them. How those all uploaded right there. The business name, the EIN, the business addresses. And then I make it a little bit easier as far as like what we have on the Schedule C. Um, if they can give us this information, then we don't have to do all that asking 50 million questions. Can you do this? Can you do that? Can you tell me this? Now, you're thinking about later on down the line being bookkeeping. We can talk about that later, but this is the easiest way to go about it. All right, so this is expenses as far as home wise. Excuse me. Um, this credit is still available. A lot of people were using solar, just like they did the truckers, the fuel. Just be mindful. If you look into it, just be mindful and utilize it the way that is best fit for you and your clients. Of course, we want to know if they have documents showing that they pay personal property taxes and if they took out for their 401k. And we ask these questions because, they can either hurt or help them as far as like credits and deductions. So these right here, if you've ever looked at your individual, not your standard, but your itemized deductions, these right here are going to actually show up on your itemized deduction, which is going to help as far as like how you can get them out the hole, as far as their tax liability. If they have any additional comments, they can let you know, and then we ask them to come up with the sole total. Because if it's not above the 12,400, there's might as well just stay as an itemized deduction. I mean, as a standard deduction, because if it's not above that number, there's no reason to do it. This part right here, I left it, and the reason why I left it because we don't want to have to keep putting it on and taking it off. So just let your client know, because I do not do pre-season. I've seen too many horror stories, and I just don't want to go through that. Even with the company that I was with prior to me launching on my own, we had a lot of individuals that were getting loans from us and then going somewhere else to file. And we couldn't do anything about it. Some of them got kicked back, some of them didn't. Or they were giving us bogus information because the IRS wasn't open yet. We could not verify if any of that information was correct. So the funding rate for preseason was trash. Um, for us this year, as our in season, we're 100%. All our people pay their money. We have no problem, and I want to keep it like that. I want us to continue to be able to get these fundings. I do have TPG, but I'd rather stay with Refund Advantage. Refund Advantage, as far as on the back end, is a lot more beneficial to us, a lot more detailed as far as me knowing what's going on. And then again, the horror stories from this year, TPG, they got green dot cards that are not releasing the people money. They're saying that they're committing fraud. Another reason why I don't want to do the prepaid cards. Um, yeah, we're gonna stay away from that. We're gonna stay with Refund Advantage. And again, Refund Advantage has no problem releasing the money. TPG, I've seen a couple of preparers having issues with getting their money from them. I've been having no problem getting the money and had no problem being able to pay y'all through ADP. So we're gonna stay with Refund Advantage. But just let your clients know that we do not do anything prior to preseason. We are doing everything in season, but they do want to try for a loan that they specifically may have to wait. Um, or they can just go ahead and file. It's really up to you all. But it does let them know that there is a fee if they do something over 1,000. Um, the bank decides that. Okay, then we have right here, they can give a paper check. I know that I had a couple of clients that needed to get a paper check, and it came out of the repairer's pocket. We want to keep them responsible for their own negligence, their own situations. We're here to provide a service, but we're not here to baby and carry cater to them. Um, we want to make them self-sufficient. If they definitely do not want to do a direct deposit, or even if they do direct deposit and it kicks back because the deposit it can't go in and it has to be sent to a paper check, that's more work on you, more work on me, and they need to be able to pay you the amount of money they need in order for them to get that money. So let's make them aware that that is on there. That's why I put it on here for you all. Um, we can do checking and savings, of course, the bank name, the route number, the account number. I like to ask them what the refund amount they received last year, only because I want to know, like, am I providing you close to what you're used to, or am I going under than what you're used to? So I always like to find out what their amounts were the year prior. You also want to know if they're trying to buy a house. And the reason why we ask them that, because if you do a lot of writing off and you do a lot of itemizing on their tax return, the broker, loan shark, loan officer, excuse me, is going to ask them 50 million questions on why they spent their money here. Why did they do this? Why did they do that? And it's going to give them a harder time to get the process done than us not doing anything at all. I had a client for 2 years, did nothing, did her paperwork was plain Jane for 2 years straight. She went and she bought that house. This year, we was able to write everything off for her, and she was able to get a nice little refund. You just have to find out from your client, like, do you want what is supporting you right now? Just getting this little refund, or being able to save up to buy your home. So I will make it where y'all can offer the credit repair, as well as I will show you all how to do credit repair on